which brings us to our main event, Christmas Day Miracle. So I'll flip it off TNT and A Christmas Story, which have been on my TV since 7 o'clock in the morning on Christmas Day, for Ravens and 49ers in San Francisco. The 49ers are a 5-point favorite, and despite the fact that both of these teams are really good on defense, the over-under on this thing's 47.5.
Yeah, I'm going to go the 49ers on this one. I think East Coast to West Coast is going to be harder for the Ravens there. And what a matchup, because no team puts linebackers in hell like the 49ers do with all their motion and whatnot. And I would say that probably no team has better linebackers than the Ravens with Roquan Smith and Patrick Queen out there, especially with all the waves they can send on the front. So I don't know. Can we just give the winner of this game the MVP? Can we just put that in the middle of the field, and whatever side wins, like a college trophy game, go run out there and cheer it out? Because MVPs in the end of the day, while it is an individual award, everything in football is a team award. Every stat in football is a system stat to an extent. So yeah, we got to get rid of this bot here. Oh, I can't do it. Yeah, that's I think the 49ers are going to win this one. I just think they're more dominant.
Yeah, I like this one. Yeah, I'll go ahead, and I gave you the chance to not say 3 things in a row on the chat. Sorry for those of y'all listening. That is one of the problems of having to listen after the fact. You don't always know what's going on in the chat. Sometimes we get spammed on that. This is another good game. I like on a neutral field. This would be a Super Bowl I'd love to see. The 49ers and the Ravens. This isn't on a neutral field. This is out west. This is Monday night. Oh, goodness. This will put as much pressure on the 49ers defense as they will see all season. But they have risen to the challenge in the NFC and just beaten the brakes off of the 2 best teams in the NFC, next best teams in the NFC, with the Eagles and Cowboys. The 49ers are playing really, really well. The only chance, I think, not the only chance, that's not the right phrase. They don't need, neither of these teams really have to have this game. I don't feel like we're necessarily going to get one of their best shots. That's your hope going in as the Ravens, is maybe the 49ers are a little complacent. I don't see it happening at home, though. I don't. I'm going to go with the 49ers at home on this one too, Nick.
I think the Ravens need it a little bit more because they don't have the head-to-heads like the 49ers do versus the Cowboys and the Eagles. So that's the big thing that stands out here when I look at this game. But I just think the 49ers are a more well-oiled machine and a better team. So I think that's I'll go with the 49ers in this one. Like I said.
Yeah, it's just the weapons on there. I mean, Lamar Jackson might be the most dynamic player in the NFL at the quarterback position, but the 49ers have a few of those guys that could be the most dynamic players at their position. Who's a better tight end in the we talk Debo, we talk Christian McCaffrey. Who's a better tight end in the NFC than George Kittle?
Sam Laporta?
Maybe, but he's in the conversation. Yeah. When I start talking about the best running back in the NFL, how long does it take me to get to Christian McCaffrey?
Not at all.
Probably one, but it doesn't take. I
should have interrupted you. McCaffrey.
He's in the conversation. If I want to say best playmaker, how long does it take me to get to Deebo Samuel? 2 or 3, maybe. You might go Tyreek Hill, but he's in the conversation of best playmaker and the best number 2 wide receiver. Okay, I got Ayuk. I'm going to listen. I'll listen. It won't take me long to get to his name. Quarterback playing the best football right now. It won't take me long to get to Purdy. He's in the conversation for MVP. Best defensive line edge rusher. I mean, it goes on and on and on and on. This team is playing really well, and they're loaded. Yeah. The only thing is that you're wondering is, do they take a week off? Probably not against the Ravens. I don't consider this a trap game, nationally televised on Christmas Day.
And I think DVOA has this 49ers team as one of the best in the last 20, 25 years. So it's not only that they are playing well, but how emphatically they're beating teams and the teams they're beating. So yeah, the 49ers look like a machine. We'll see if that can continue. I mean, for every punch, there's a counter punch. Keep waiting to see what it is for this 49ers team. But until I see that they can lose some games, they had that little dry spell there in October, but they've been just an absolute machine since then. So
once they got it going, They got it going. I mean, they lost 3 in a row at Browns, at Vikings, Bengals. And then it's been the closest anybody's played with them is 12 points since then.
Mm-hmm.
And that was at Seahawks. And I think they jumped out in a lead in that one. And but nobody's played with them double digits since they lost in the last one. In their 6-game winning streak, nobody has held them to a single-digit win. They're playing really well. And who have they beaten in that? Oh, the Eagles in Philadelphia.
And whipped them.
Buccaneers, the NFC South, at Jaguars, 34-3, who was the AFC South leader. Cardinals, they don't count. Seahawks, who we've talked about as being a playoff team. You know, it's not like they're just beating up on an NFC South schedule here.
No, and summer sports, a kind of a up and coming statistical football website database has the 49ers Super Bowl probability, not their playoff probability, not their conference title probability, but winning the Super Bowl, 35% right now. Now, obviously, do we question that? What's the validity of that metric? But you combine the number 2 and the number 3 team in Super Bowl odds and the Chiefs and the Ravens, according to these statistics, that barely gets you above the 49ers at 35%. You got the Chiefs at 16.4 and the Ravens at 16.2. So this is a tier above everybody by like a good margin right now, according to a lot of the advanced analytics.
And Brian says they beat the Cowboys too as well. When I made that statement, I was talking about since that 3-game losing streak, they beat the brakes off of the Cowboys before that 3-game losing streak. So I didn't count that in. That was a since they got it right. After that 3-game losing streak, they haven't had anybody play them within double digits or within single digits. They beat the Cowboys 42-10 and then lost 3 in a row. So since then, they've won 6 in a row. But that was before that. The Cowboys one was before that run. So I didn't include that one in there. But yeah, they've got the head. And that's what Nick said earlier. It might mean a little more to the Ravens because the 49ers have the head-to-head. They've got that half-game lead over both the Eagles and the Cowboys. And this feels like, I'm not going to say a team of destiny, but this feels like a juggernaut right now. And it'll be I hope it's a good game. You know, the Bills-Cowboys, the Bills came out on a mission. The Cowboys, it got away from them early, and that game was a little disappointing. I hope this one lives up to its billing because this could be a really good game.